Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. So, previously on our last episode of Dragon Ball IWC, we had Ricochet and Javon Evans go tit for tat on Twitter, or X, or whatever the fuck they're calling it nowadays. Ricochet went out of his way to comment on a post that included Javon Evans' name, right? Again, as I said before, vanity search himself. I don't know what the hell it was, whether or not he just wanted to stick his nose in his business, whatever the case may be, right? Clearly, Ricochet went out of his way to troll Javon Evans. Javon Evans caught wind of this, and he snapped back on him. They went back and forth, which peaked with Javon Evans calling Ricochet, a guy who wrestles in front of 2,000 fans, and his boss, Tony Khan, a crackhead. And it's stirring up so much controversy right now on the interwebs within the wrestling community, right? Which is literally 0.1% of human civilization, right? But it's the after effects that I want to discuss, because I'm seeing a lot of people on social media have this discussion, these takes. They're suggesting that Javon Evans burned the bridge, that he fell for the bait Ricochet set up for him. And I'm here to tell you that the way people typically try to figure these things out, I just can't help but think, like, is it somewhat of a I don't know if I want to call it a one-sided approach, like a singular approach as far as how they approach this, but it's like, is there like no conceived notions as far as the positives that come out of this? Is there any conceived notions that come out of this as far as, legitimately, logically thinking about what's going to happen in the future logically? So, as I talked about in my pinned comment yesterday, Javon Evans is 21 years old. But put that to the side for a second, right? Put that all to the side for a second. Am I the only one that's logically looking at the fact that whether or not he makes it as a main event superstar is irrelevant? Because if he is a main event superstar, well, I'm pretty sure AEW is going to want him, right? Because he's a main event superstar. Especially, give or take, let's say, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, 2 years down the road. If AEW keeps it up on the track that they are on right now, I can only believe that, metrics, they're going to be pretty fucking desperate to get their hands on the known talent. And if Javon Evans' trajectory actually balloons upward, he'll be that known talent. You see, one thing that I will say that Javon Evans did fuck up on, and I'll say this, I would definitely say this, he fell for the bait, right? He fell for the bait. Ricochet trolled him. I mean, never mind the fact that we're talking about a near 40-year-old man trolling someone in their early 20s, but that's besides the point. He trolled him. And Javon Evans fell for the bait at the age of 21. Just turned 21, by the way. Do you actually believe someone's going to hold him accountable for that same stance as he gets older? Javon Evans will most likely be 28, 29 years old and hella mature, especially if he stays currently going on the same track that he's going on right now, inevitably going to go on the main roster. Now, obviously, the tweet got pulled down. I'm almost certain that WWE told Javon Evans to take the tweet down. I'm pretty sure it wasn't on his own accord. But just that right there. If you don't think anybody from the higher up, the upper echelon, didn't pull him aside and tell him why that was a bad thing, why that was a bad look on the company to say something like that, you're out of your fucking mind. And in the scope, I can see why people say that this is a bad thing for Javon Evans to do, but I think there are a couple of things that you guys are not taking into account. Like I said, one being that he's 21 years old. Another thing, he's in developmental. And this is the part that gets me the most. He's wrestling for a professional wrestling company. Emphasis on the word professional. This warped double standard logic that I see from wrestling fans, it never ceases to amaze me. What is it? Is it because he took it too far by calling Tony Khan a crackhead? Huh? Because apparently it's okay for superstars in AEW to jump on live television and outwardly admit that the other boss in the other company, oh no, He's good, right? That guy, Will Ospreay, is cool to call out Triple H and say things such as he slept his way to the fucking top, right? Oh, that's fine, because he said it in written form, right? Oh, no, he didn't. It was on live television. Please miss me with this nonsense, this double standard that I see in professional wrestling, with constantly having to hold accountable every little thing that WWE does when it comes to their superstars. Yet, you go to the opposite side of AEW, and you have your guy who's playing a character. Oh yeah, it's always a character whenever you need something to put up a facade in order to deflect from actual criticisms like Ricochet. No, they don't hold them accountable for the dumb shit that they constantly say. Like literally, you look up and down my fucking playlist, look up and down all my videos. You're going to get something. Almost every video I talk about in regards to AEW is become a staple on this channel to the degree that I'm called a drama farming channel. Every single fucking week, damn near, you have an AEW superstar making some snide remark at WWE. And these are grown ass men. Yeah, Javon Evans is a grown ass man too, but he's a 21-year-old grown ass man compared to people as late in their fucking 40s talking about WWE in the most disrespectful way. And mind you, in the case of Will Ospreay, Triple H didn't even mention him. Now we know who Triple H was referring to, but Triple H didn't even mention him. But Will Ospreay, was he trolled? Huh, did he fall for the bait? Did you hear that same criticism in regards to Will Ospreay? No, you didn't. You get someone like Saraya on AEW television. Oh, well, Devontae, she's following the script. Oh, she's following the script, right? I mean, is Ricochet following the script, or is he not following the script in terms of staying in kayfabe when he's trolling? Looking for comments and trolling. A 21-year-old. Which, by the way, he called him out on his name. Weren't they held accountable, huh? Oh, that's right. As I said before, because one is a professional wrestling, as I said before, emphasis on professional, and the other company is ran by a fucking mark. Miss me with this nonsense. Again, the double standard is so apparent. It's so abhorrent. And it's like, no one, you know what? I will say this. I understand why someone would want to hold accountable a dude who's literally 3 years from being considered a fucking teenager. I understand why you will want to hold him accountable on a developmental show, but not hold accountable the 40-year-olds wrestling on the flagship show every single fucking week. Because like I said, third time mentioning it, one company is professional and the other company isn't professional. You see, I get called biased all the time by constantly holding accountable WWE and holding AEW, but because the constant negative reactions are way harsher with AEW, it's never considered that I do it with WWE. You know why? Because these people, they have a agenda. A flat out agenda. You see, you need people to call out AEW. You need people to focus on AEW. Not just on Twitter, not just on Instagram. You need people to call it out on the interwebs, because it seems like no one's ever gonna fucking do it consistently enough in order for it to be reflected upon, to at least make them understand that they are in the same boat as WWE. Now, are they as successful as WWE? Fuck no. But are they not in the same boat? Last time I checked, they're a professional wrestling company. Last time I checked, they happen to be on television just like WWE. Last time I checked, I think they have contracts, right? They have sponsors, right? Why the fuck does someone like a Javon Evans have to be held accountable for his actions, but none of the AEW stars who make it a point to always keep WWE's dick in their mouth, why do they never get held accountable for the same stuff? Oh, that's right. That's right. Because it's all bias. It's all bias. You see, this whole burning the bridge narrative, like I said, miss me with it. I'll tell you this right now. Now, obviously, they're not on par with each other, right? But the comments, I just seen earlier, Maven, you guys know him, Maven Huffman, has a YouTube channel. excellent YouTube channel. He put out a video of him sneaking into AEW, right? Where he meets Tony Khan. I highly recommend watching the video. It's very entertaining. And he finally met Tony Khan. And when he met Tony Khan, you know one of the first things Tony Khan mentioned when talking to Maven? He mentioned how he got an autograph from Maven and from Randy Orton at some random television show or some autograph signing back in 2004. Now, mind you, Tony Khan keeps that ingrained within his brain. It's ingrained in him, right? He remembers it. 21 years ago, a random sighting. He remembers that. Randy Orton basically went out of his way to put down AEW on multiple occasions. Outright said that he was going to use AEW as leverage to get a better contract than WWE. Yet Tony Khan made it a point to tell you one of his fondest memories was getting an autograph from Randy Orton 21 years ago. You think he holds grudges to that degree that if Randy Orton's contract became available right now, he wouldn't want to hire him? Now you're probably saying to yourself, now why are you comparing Javon Evans to Randy Orton? It's to make a broader point. If Javon Evans he's 21 years old, 21, only a year younger than Randy when he officially debuted on television, only a year younger. If Javon Evans ends up having a career even remotely close to Randy Orton's, you don't think Tony Khan wouldn't put aside the crackhead comments in order to bring in a Javon Evans? Randy Orton basically, for all intents and purposes, was planning on extorting the man to get a better contract deal, right? Maybe extort is, I want to say extorting, that's a little bit too harsh, but definitely using him as leverage. Definitely planned on using him as, he has talked down about AEW plenty of times. You can find comments on Randy Orton talking about how he doesn't like the style of wrestling in AEW, how the environment and the atmosphere, it kind of feels like the inmates are running the asylum. I'm not speaking verbatim here, but he has made disparaging comments about AEW in the past, whereas Tony Khan made it a point to talk to Maven and bring up that point, meaning he values Randy Orton. And he wants him in his company. I guarantee you if Randy Orton's contract came up right now, he would fucking take him in a goddamn heartbeat. Didn't hold anything against him. Not one thing. If Javon Evans ends up being a big superstar, he will get there. And guess what? If he doesn't end up being a big superstar, then even if he didn't talk shit about AEW, why the fuck would they take him regardless? That's just illogical beyond any sense. If Javon Evans was not a big superstar, whether or not he talked shit about AEW, who's to say he's going to get a contract? Didn't they turn him down the first time? And he's not that much bigger right now than what he was at the time? If he got released right now, why would they take him when they already turned him down a couple of years ago in the beginning? Again, none of this stuff legitimately gets thought out. You throw out your opinion, and that's perfectly fine, but everything gets misconstrued into this WWE bad narrative. And they never hold accountable AEW for any of the dumb shit that they do. Any of the dumb shit that they superstars do. It's automatically look at what WWE is doing and always hold them to a standard. And rightfully so, because I get it. WWE is the big dog in town. But what, are we supposed to look at AEW as just little bro? Why do I have to bring up the fact that Javon Evans is 21 years old and dude made a mistake and dude came from NXT and he's in developmental right now and he's being trolled by a 40-year-old, right? But in that same token, AEW, you don't want to burn a bridge with AEW. Burn a bridge with AEW. So because apparently when I said it and when I do it, it's, well, you're kind of emphasizing a Javon Evans, but you guys get to emphasize an entire fucking wrestling company while at the same time emphasizing 40-year-old men who do it all the fucking time. I can't even remember the last time looking at AEW, a program. I can't remember the last time in some way, shape, or form, whether it was in the superstars in themselves as far as being on television or them referencing WWE, has there not been some type of WWE link coming from AEW? And when they reference WWE, it's always negative and it's always disparaging. But God forbid if a fucking 21-year-old calls the owner of the company a fucking crackhead. But yet they can call Triple H all these nose man this, nose man that. They can call him all these kind of things in regards to sleeping to the fucking top, right? Not deserving his spot, all this other kind of shit. You know, they're actually putting out a post because he made a remark about working for a crackhead, right? This is viral photo going around right now with Sexy Red putting out an obvious fucking joke. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke in reference to Shawn Michaels' past drug usage. She puts out a joke about her and Shawn Michaels doing cocaine in 2024, people. Because Shawn Michaels for sure. He's gonna do coke with Sexy Red in 2024. Yeah, totally in 2024. With all the superstars around, all the agents around, none of that fucking leaks out. Oh no. But Sexy Red puts it, and it was all in reference to Shawn Michaels keeping up with her. It's obviously a fucking joke. And people took that and ran with it. Because, again, WWE bad. What aboutism with WWE? It's a joke, bro. It's all a fucking joke when it comes to this. These people and their grandstanding ways in regards to this whole situation with Javon and Ricochet, it's all just moral posturing. It's all just virtue signaling. It's all just grandstanding. And it's all hypocrisy. And it's all double standards. Both companies trying to vie for the top position. Whereas, obviously WWE's taking that top position. They're holding that top position down. And AEW's never going to come close to it. But I'm saying it. Both wrestling companies vying for the top position in North America to be the top wrestling company. But one company is held to a standard completely different than the other company. Miss me with the nonsense. It's all bullshit in the end of the day. Bridge burning, all bullshit, all this stupid nonsense shit. Trust me, Javon Nevis is going to be perfectly fine. If he gets released today, if he gets released next week, he is in no better shape than where he was when he first started in the AEW when they turned him down to begin with. Okay, the constant reaching and the constant grasping at straws in order to paint WWE as the aggressor. When you had a fucking 40-year-old guy trolling a guy, and now he gets to claim that it's a fucking work, and he's been worked into a fucking shoot. Yeah, totally. Whatever. It's not worked into a shoot when Ricochet is going, is it worked into a shoot? Is Ricochet trolling when he's advocating for YouTube to look into his wife's troubles as far as making sure her song is being seen? Huh? Is his wife in on the joke too? Because apparently she's about as antagonizing as fucking Ricochet. Is she in on the work also? Is she into the troll also? Huh? A question. Does any of Ricochet's argument with the fans get taken down? No, they don't. Because one company actually prioritizes professionalism. One company prioritizing the professionalism, their wrestler is going to grow, be a better man, and 9 times out of 10 be into a position where AEW is going to want to use him in the future if he ever decides to leave WWE or gets released. Whereas the 40-year-old, he gets to play on Twitter more and claim that he's just trolling. Or sorry, his fans get to complain or claim that he's trolling. Fuck out of here, man. Miss me with this nonsense. Miss me with the fucking nonsense. But as always, my name is Devontae, and I'll be casting. I just had to talk about this. Just the rhetoric that I'm seeing right now on social media. It's such bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Deuces, P. Eyes.